What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome back to the Straight Facts Unmatched Experience. I'm your host, Straight Facts Unmatched. I would just like to say thank you for tuning in to the content, dropping the comments down below and liking the videos. I do appreciate you guys for taking time out your day, listening to what I have to say. You guys are greatly appreciated. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. So I watched Ileana Brown's video, okay, the morning routine video, where she went and fixed herself a good hearty breakfast while she prepared, not vegetables, but fruits for her son, which he was asleep. I didn't understand as to why she would prepare something for him if she was not going to wake him up so he can eat his food. But instead, she just decided to place his food that she prepared for him on his high chair and then said, oh, well, he can just get it when he gets up, while she sat there and ate her big hearty breakfast that she made for herself. You know, it just really didn't make any sense to me that this girl did not make the same food that she made for herself for her child, because we all know that kids are very picky eaters. And when it comes to fruits or vegetables, they are very picky. They're choosing whether they want to or not eat those things. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I was thinking to myself, how come she didn't make that boy no pancakes or waffles or whatever it is that she was eating so he could eat the same thing that she was? I would not ever sit up here and fix myself a big hearty breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, and not fix my son, my baby boy that's here with me, the same exact thing. Like, I'm not going to give him something that I know he's not going to eat, that's not going to fill him up. So therefore, like, why would you be sitting up there fixing yourself something like that and then give your son whatever, and you know he's not going to eat it, and then just say, oh, well, he ate a little bit of it. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's enough. It doesn't even matter. His stomach is full. How do you know his stomach is full? He haven't even eaten anything. He didn't even eat nothing. And then, not to mention, she likes to go to sleep and leave him unattended. So he's going off into the glue, eyelash glue, and she's not even knowing that he's getting off into these things because she's falling asleep, leaving him up by himself to take care of himself, I guess, to watch himself. And then when she wakes up, she just finds out that he's done got off into these things. Like, you can't allow your son to be up while you're asleep. You need to be awake with him, so that way you'll know what he's doing and what he's not doing, so that he don't get off into something that could actually hurt or harm him. Because if something happens while your ass is asleep, and something ends up wrong with him, like he ends up taking some type of medication that he's not supposed to be taking, or he gets off into some type of chemicals or something like that, or he weighs something where something electronical is and he actually electrocute himself. There's a lot of things that can happen to a child when a child is not being attended by the parent. I don't know why you feel like you could leave him unsupervised when he's only 2 years old. He needs to be supervised at all times. He has no reason to be left by himself or unattended while you're sleeping, because you are not doing what you're supposed to do as a mother, seeing to your son to sleep before you actually take a nap. I don't know what is it that you're doing that's causing you to be so tired to where you're leaving your child unattended, because it looks like you don't be doing shit. You don't even do your hair. You don't even brush your teeth. But then you talking about his stink. So that means that you need to go brush his teeth and take him to the dentist so that he can get his teeth clean like he's supposed to, and make sure that everything is okay. But you want to sit there and keep saying, oh, your breath stink, like you're not the one that's responsible for his breath smelling the way that it is. I mean, listen, it just does not make any sense, y'all. It does not make any sense whatsoever that this little girl is on this app with this little boy and the things that she is doing, while people are telling her that she's a good mom. And that, oh, you're just young, you'll get it, you're going to make some mistakes along the way. Are these really mistakes, or she's purposely doing this shit because she knows that people are going to talk about her? To some people, they just don't mind it. Whether it be good or bad, they don't care if people are talking about them, just as long as they're talking. And it makes no sense to me, but it makes sense to them. So, hey, I'm not going to try to make sense of something, that's for a special type of mind of a person that likes that type of shit. I just don't understand. She's purposely getting on here doing the things that she do because she knows it's going to get people talking. She knows that people are going to make reactions. She knows people are going to react in the comment section. But really and truly, is it worth your sanity to be having to deal with this stuff every day, knowing that people are picking you apart, telling you about yourself, but yet you won't take heed to what's being said to you because all you thinking about is that money that you like to flash around? And that's another thing. You like to flash this money around. Like somebody, you're on YouTube. Okay, so you are now a YouTuber. You are a YouTuber. You are considered to be a YouTuber. You're a content creator, or whatever you want to call yourself, but you are on a public platform with almost 50,000 subscribers, flashing money on the screen. Like you ain't, I mean, it's like you ain't never had nothing. There's no way in hell that I will be flashing any type of money on any screen for anybody to see, because for one, I'm not trying to invite nobody to come rob me. I'm not trying to invite no stick up kids to come my way to see what they can get from me because I'm liking to flash my money around. If you have money, that's cool. That is great. If you have made something out of this, that is good for you. But at the same time, it's like you have to keep that type of stuff to yourself. There's no need for you to be flashing hundreds here, hundreds there. Especially you ain't doing nothing productive with yourself or with your money either, and it shows. Because if you were, you would take yourself to a salon and get your hair done. Not only that, you would take your son to go get him a haircut so you won't, because you won't comb it. And then here's the thing that I don't like, what I'm seeing about you. You keep saying what your son don't like. You don't know what he don't like because you haven't offered it or introduced it to him. So until you introduce things to your son, you don't know what he like or what he don't like. You just don't want to take the time out to sit down and feed your son. So when there's certain foods that he don't like, your kids are all picky eaters. I have two of them. Well, I have one that actually does eat food, and he's very limited as to what he will eat and what he won't eat, but he does eat. And I have a child that don't eat at all. Be mindful and be grateful that you have a child that will at least will eat something if you feed them. I'm just saying. I mean, if your child don't want to eat nothing and they're a very picky eater, that's what Pediasure is for. You might need to look off into it, check off into it, and go purchase you a pack. Yeah, it's very expensive, but I'm telling you, if it's gonna keep weight on your child to where your child's ribs is not showing, then you need to follow suit and go get your child some Pediasure so that your child can get the nutrients that he's not receiving because you're not feeding him correctly or properly. I could tell that you don't receive no type of WIC or nothing like that because they be having your asses off in those classes to see, and asking you about your child's eating habits and things like that. How is it that y'all get on here and capitalize off y'all's kids, but don't even care about y'all's kids' well-being and shit like that when it comes to the doctors and doctor's appointments and things like that? And then people will say, well, I don't wonder if she takes her kid to the doctor. Even if you do take your kid to the doctor, you as the parent are the one that's supposed to advocate for your child. That doctor's going to check that kid out, and that's just going to be that on that. If you don't have any concerns or any complaints, then that doctor's not going to say anything. I don't care if they see it. They ain't going to say nothing. You got to understand that doctor's only in passing with that child for 15, 30 minutes. That's it. That's all. You as the parent supposed to be you're supposed to be very honest about what it is going on with your child. If your child is not hitting the milestones that your child is supposed to be hitting, then you as a parent supposed to speak up and say something. It's not for no doctor to analyze and observe nothing about a child that belongs to somebody else. It's up to that parent to say, well, my child is struggling here. My child is struggling there. Maybe we need to check into this. Maybe we need to check off into that. Even if your child goes off into speech therapy, if you're saying that your child is having problems with speech and nothing else, then guess what? Your child is only going to get that service and that service alone until you speak up and say something, or until that specialist sees something about that child and say, well, I think that this child may need further evaluation because I'm having a hard time with this, a hard time with that, or whatever, or this child is having a hard time with grasping this concept. So you might need to further evaluate your child. If you're not willing to advocate for your own child, then nobody else will. Your child will grow up struggling throughout life and not know nothing because you as a parent failed them by not trying to get the services that they need. And it's very pathetic and sad that you will sit up there and be babbling with him knowing that he's 2 years old and he should be actually speaking some type of words, but he isn't. And then you're not telling anybody anything and then you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, I think that if he was to go to preschool or daycare and be around other kids, that he would thrive. He will most definitely thrive. He sure will. He would. He would definitely thrive by being around people of his peers and not being stuck off in that house all the time while you run around chasing down every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you can chase down while you flashing that money. You gonna keep on. A hard head is gonna make a soft ass for you, and you ain't gonna be able to pull your ass up out of that hole that you done got yourself off into. Picking up all of these random dudes flashing money, doing the things that you do, is uncalled for. You have reached a milestone in your YouTube career or whatever you want to call it, to where you can actually do something with your whole channel, with this whole opportunity. But yet you choose to get on here and get ratchet, be ratchet, and do ratchet ass shit. Because you know that people are going to talk about you. You know, people are going to react to you. You know, people are going to have something to say. And then in your mind, you feel like, oh, well, I don't care what you say. You can say what you want to say. You want to chalk it up to somebody being a hater, but what is it that you're doing for someone to hate off of by not taking care of your child like you're supposed to? Y'all be getting shit really twisted on this app when y'all want to call people haters. But y'all can't even be good mothers to y'all own children that y'all pushed out y'all's puss. I'm just trying to be real here, okay? Don't call nobody a hater if you can't even do right by your children. Because no one can hate off of somebody that can't even do right by their own children that they sat there and had. I'm just saying. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And I know it don't make sense to people that actually have common sense. You on here talking about what your son don't like and this, that, and the third, but you ain't seeing to it if you ain't trying to introduce or offer anything to him. So therefore, yeah, his mentality is going to be exactly what it has been. He don't want it. He don't like it. He's not going to accept it. And that's just that.
What? Papa.
See, as it is, my son just walked off into the room. See, I'm in a different room from him while he's watching Little Einsteins, and he has entered into the room. So I'm going to go ahead and exit off of this video, and I will be uploading another one. Tell them bye, baby.
Bye.
Say bye. See you later.
Why?
Okay, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get on off of here, my little co-host. Okay, he's not a part of this here. So we're going to go ahead and exit off this video, and I'll be back. I'll holler.
But he's sure.